Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Apps for Success. As always, I'm your host, John Bowman, and this week we're going to be reviewing an app called Lucidchart. If you haven't heard of Lucidchart, it's an online diagram, software, and visual solution application. Now that's a little bit of a mouthful for what it does, but basically it helps you to draw diagrams. I chose it because my favorite book of the past year was this book called Principles by Ray Dalio. And inside that book, he posits the idea that the best managers are really engineers. The reason why they're engineers is because they have to build a machine, right? They take their people, they take their processes, and they build a machine to create their end desired outcome. Lucidchart, it really helps you to build that machine. It helps you to put the diagrams in place that your team can use in order to get to those end desired outcomes. I love Lucidchart for its intuitiveness. It's really dead simple too. So I'm really excited to show it to you. But before we jump to the application, as always, we do have a little bit of a joke. What did one plate say to another? Dinner's on me. On to the app.
Okay, here we are. We're at lucidchart.com. So what we're going to do is create an account and then go inside. So here we are. We're inside Lucidchart. And as you can see, it asks what your main usage will be. Well, I usually use the idea of business or engineering. I'm going to go with engineering this time. And we're going to say software engineering. There we go. What's going to be for my personal use. But what you'll have to see here inside of the application as soon as you log in. As soon as you log into the application, what you're going to see here is my first document. So just open it up. You can take a look at, generally speaking, how this is all going to work. You have nice little tips each time you open it up too, which is nice. So getting started, right? Basically what this little tutorial is showing you is you can take from the left-hand side shapes, put them together, and then move them around. And it's going to automatically adjust based upon what you want to do, right? We're going to click next. When we click next, not only that, but you can easily fill them, outline them, make things curved. See that? Very easy to do. After that, you can start from scratch here and you'll be able to find more shapes to use. Hearts, clouds, etc. That's all available to you. I never use any of those, but if you want to get fancy, go right ahead. Finally, from the walkthrough, we can share with other people. We see that. Now, they don't have to actually be users of Lucidchart in order to see the file you're attempting to share with them. Keep that in mind. And then they'll always try and help you with this kind of universal search you can do. As I mentioned, they have a ton of knowledge database articles, but sometimes their support can take a while to get back to you. So here's their first chart they got, right? Start. We can always come down here and we're going to increase it just because I'm getting older and maybe you are too. You might want to see it. So start. Look for the shape you need in the left-hand panel, right? Find it? Yes or no? Click the More Shapes option if you don't. Again, it's just a flow chart and it's literally using the software to show you how to use the software. I love apps that do that. Hopefully your app does it too. Our app does. It makes it a little bit easier and more intuitive. So this is a general drawing, right? But let's go back out here and we're going to start a new document. We're going to make it a little flow chart and we're just going to go blank. We're going to create this document. Now that we have this document created, I'm going to show you generally what the process is that I do whenever I create one of these videos. So first, let's just click and drag. We've got a nice little square here, right? And from this square, it's going to be decide on what app to review, right? And that can be a little bit difficult sometimes, if I'm truth be told. But once I decide what I want to do, there we go. So you see how I hit that little plus button? What that allows me to do is to add text or to add another square. We're going to add another square here, right? That other square that we have here is we're going to do write the article. So generally before these, what I like to do is write the article because that tends to cover everything I want to cover inside the video. After I write the article, I'm going to film the face portion. That's the video I call it when you guys can see my face. After I film the face portion, I come and I will film the app portion. Then after I do that, I will combine files and edit. And then from there, it's the idea of publishing, right? So it's very easy to do, right? You just sit down and you start doing mind mapping. Now, as we think about this, maybe I probably want to break this decision-making process down a little bit more. I can do that. See these little red circles? I can take them, I can push them down. I can say, oh, okay, this is going to be text, or perhaps I don't want to have text. Perhaps I want to say this is generally a decision-making point, right? Oop, there we go. I'm going to say it's a decision-making point. There we are. And with the decision, I can say, what's the decision I want to make? And then I can say, to the right is yes, and to the left is no. And once I say to the right is yes, I can come back over here and I can add another, let's say, square here. It makes it easy. And I can make another square over here as well to make it even easier. Now, the other thing to remind you of is that these are all connected, so I can take them and I can move them around, right? I can make it easy for me to rearrange these things, which is great. I can select multiple ones, obviously, very easily, and I can move all of them at once in unison. This stuff, it can be a little bit difficult depending on what software you use. Additionally, like we saw, you can take the line options. You can make them all curved. You can make them straight. I like curved a lot, but that's just me. So there's all these other shape options you can pull over, right? You can say a different type of paper. Again, just hover over these to see what you can do. For example, you can do summing junctions, you can do paper types, you can do manual imports, etc. Each one of these shapes has a different thing, a different reason, right? Multiple documents, etc., hard disks, you can go through it. Now there's more shapes. You can do arrows, you can do stars. Additionally, there we go, we can browse our shapes. There's thousands available to you. See all these ones you can do? Chances are, if you need to make a process document of some type, you can do it inside of Lucidchart. As I said, we use it generally to document the processes on my team, and I love it for that reason. It is really great because, again, you can just take one and you can fill them in. Again, you can just sit down and let your mind wander, do a little mind map as well. The other thing I would really like to highlight here is the idea of cooperation. So if we use this right-hand side, what you'll be able to see is that you can add some comments to this particular one, right? You can add some slides if you wanted to. We might have to upgrade in order to do that. The other thing that you can do here is you can simply share. So this share works exact same way like it would inside of Google Docs. We can say process for writing and apps for review. Freebie apps for success. Save that, and when we do, we can get the shareable link. Once we have the shareable link, we can say they can copy, edit, or share, or maybe they just can edit. We can copy that link, and then go up here, paste it inside, and what you're going to see is it pulls you directly here, right to it, so they can edit or change it. I love Lucidchart again for diagramming my machine, and the machine is the people and the design that allows us to achieve our end desired outcome for our customers. If you don't have processes in place, if you don't have process documents in place, get to it. You really need to do it because it helps to onboard new reps much, much easier. It also helps for you to just have a better understanding of what you're attempting to accomplish and how you're attempting to accomplish it. So sit down today and give Lucidchart a try. Thanks for watching, folks. As always, it's been a pleasure. I hope you have a good day. We'll chat soon.